When do we want it? Now!
In Perth, they're on the streets calling for better wages.
My costs are going up, my bills are going up. I can't pay all this with below inflation pay increases.
Things are getting tight with inflation on the increase. It's harder to pay bills.
We can't afford fuel, we can't afford food, we can't afford rent. We just can't afford to keep up with living.
On the other side of the country, Joe Natali says he might need to close one of his 4 restaurants because he can't get staff.
We've had to cap our bookings. We've had to eliminate takeaway.
He's setting tables, washing the dishes and turning down inexperienced workers demanding huge salaries.
The number that people are throwing at the moment is 100,000. And this is just, it's ridiculous. It's unsustainable.
Our wages problem isn't simple. In key roles, there's hot demand and bigger pay packets, while others are falling behind. While inflation is rocketing, Australian wages are barely moving and are well below what workers in nations with similar economies are enjoying. But that might soon change.
If we look at average earnings per hour, that's risen by a much stronger 5% over the past year. Now, that's more relevant for households because it's what workers are actually being paid.
Economists say workers are switching jobs to make more money.
Because we've got such a high job vacancy rate at the moment, lots of businesses competing for workers, it is easier for people to move into higher paying roles and occupations.
But not all companies are paying more.
Working with your mates, that's what makes it Macca's.
McDonald's launched a hiring blitz to find 14,000 workers in Australia, but after questions from the ABC, confirmed it wasn't lifting wages. Lolly maker Mars Wrigley pays above industry rates, but says staff want more than money.
It's about wages, it's about training and development, it's about skills, it's about that sense of community. We have multiple generations working in all of our sites.
In construction, finding staff is a bigger problem than inflation or supply chain disruptions.
We're probably offering 20 to 25% more than we were 3 years ago.
And even healthy wages aren't enough to get the people you need.
You also have to give people really good career development opportunities, and they have to know that they are wanted, cared, heard, respected and loved.
Unemployment is currently at 3.5%. ANZ tips that rate will have a 2 in front of it by early next year. With intense competition for staff and large industrial agreements that are pumping pay packets, workers might finally get the wage growth they've been desperately seeking.
By the end of next year, we could see wage growth closer to 4% than 3%.
Another cost businesses need to absorb to keep the doors open.
It's not sustainable. I don't know how long we're going to keep it going for. And we've got very successful restaurants, but they've got to be profitable for us to survive.
No easy answers for bosses or workers.